Lena is a person who holds her dream of becoming a banker very close to her soul. At first, she was like all others, very thrilled about pursuing her dream. She felt that having a dream was something very wonderful in her life. She had started her preparations for the banking examinations. She felt thrilled about learning new concepts daily. Everything she did to prepare herself for her dream made her happy and cheerful. She gave her first attempt in her bank examinations, but she did not succeed. However, that did not stop her from pursuing her dream. She continued putting her efforts into it. 1 year passed, then two, then three, and now she is glued to the website where the results for the bank examinations are going to be published soon, within minutes. She just sighed, thinking about her precious 4 years that she invested in this dream of hers. She is kind of nervous. The dark circles around her eyes assured that her sleep is fading because of the weight of her dream. Suddenly, she heard some extra noises from her living room. She just saw her computer screen, knowing that the results will be published very soon. She felt like going to check what's happening outside her room. To her surprise, she saw some of her relatives and some neighborhood people. She closed her door and sighed, asking herself why they were even there on this day when her result is about to be published. Lena remembered when she announced what her dream was and the reactions of the people outside. Many were celebrating her. And now, fast forward for 4 years, everything changed. She clearly saw the mocking attitude in the eyes of those people. She knew that they are not here to celebrate her victory. They may expect her to lose once again so they can give free advice to her. She went to see her computer screen, praying that all should leave right now from her house. She is confident, but not very confident to face them if the result is otherwise. She just closed her eyes, feeling heavy inside. Suddenly, she opened her eyes and saw that the results are published. She, now with a heavy heart rate, trembling fingers, typed her registration number to see her fate. She clicked submit and the web page transferred to the page of her result. Those some seconds felt like years to her. She crumpled a piece of paper where her registration number was written. She closed her eyes. Warm tears rolled down her cheeks and she sighed. Now she is already okay for the whole world to mock her. She feels she deserves that. Her biggest concern right now is how to convey this to her parents. Can they understand her? She was feeling sorry. She saw her shelf completely filled with different types of books for her banking exams. She remembered how much she put her efforts into solving each and everything. Still, she did not clear the exam. Her heart is filled with rage. She was brought back to her senses with a knock on the door. She heard her mother's voice. She wiped her tears, adjusted her hair, pretended to smile on opening the door. Her mother told her that the niece of that neighbor uncle cleared the exams, and now he received the call from her. Everyone is eager to know yours. On hearing these words, Lena's emotions broke free from boundary. She hugged her mother, and her mother patted her, but did not ask anything more. This reaction killed Lena on the spot. Her mother went to the living room, announcing the same with a smile, and Lena could hear the group of voices full of sympathy, advice, and all other emotions that she hated the most. She started walking as if someone was telling her to do so. She is not hearing anyone's voices other than her own self blame dialogues. She saw her father's diminishing smile. She cannot stand this tension anymore. She just walked away from all these people and started to walk outside her house. She is walking straight on the road leading to the nearby park. She went in and settled on the park bench near the tree. She sighed and remembered the first day of her journey into the road of ambition. She just could not understand what went wrong. She just asked life, "Why me? If I'm not qualified to clear this exam, then why did you even allow me to pursue this dream?" She questioned life. Then her tears made her vision blurry for some minutes. She suddenly sensed someone settling near her on the park bench. Lena wiped her tears and sat to her side. To her surprise, it was a little girl with an ice cream. Lena, for a minute, forgot all her worries and smiled. On seeing Lena smile, the little girl said, "Oh, that's true then," and smiled. Lena got puzzled and asked the little girl what the surprise was, to which the little girl replied, "My mother always tells me that I have the power to make anyone smile within seconds, but I never believed her words till now. I saw you crying, so I thought to come and ask you about it." Lena smiled. "Thank you, sweetheart, but I don't think you can do anything about me or my problems." The little girl smiled. "But you will never know until you try." Lena just smiled. She thought of changing the topic and asked the girl about her ice cream. The little girl smiled and said, "It's delicious, not only because I love it, but today it's a celebration ice cream." Lena smiled and asked if she wants something. The little girl licked the corner of her chocolate ice cream cone and nodded while smiling widely. Lena asked about the competition that she won, but the little girl told her it's not the competition, it's a small bet that she had with herself. Lena's curiosity topped. She nodded, as if encouraging the little girl to tell the whole story. After licking her ice cream once again, she told Lena about her classmate who scored 100 in his math subject. She told Lena that the boy always mocked her for her scores. Lena smiled, as if she could relate to her current situation, but didn't say anything. The little girl continued, "I got angry with him." Lena nodded her head, as if understanding the consequences of anger. Lena asked, "So you shouted at your classmate because you were angry?" The little girl answered, "No." Lena asked, "So you hit him because you were angry?" Again the little girl answered, "No." Lena's curiosity increased, and she asked, "Okay, so you cried?" The little girl licked her ice cream and nodded, "No." Lena felt no other options to ask, so she nudged the little girl to tell. She saw Lena for a while and answered, "I used anger as a weapon to win." Lena got puzzled and asked how. The little girl smiled. "I would work out math problems for 2 hours daily, and some days I felt like playing, sleeping. But when I remember such scenes of him mocking me, I do another set of problems and worked very hard." Lena continued for the little girl. "And occasionally you blamed yourself for not scoring 100?" To which the little girl said, "No," with a disgusted look. Lena asked about her reaction, to which the little girl said, "How can I blame me and take me to win? If I have to win, then I have to cheer me up, no?" Those little eyes, sparkling with great wisdom of life, Lena felt a huge shift in her mood. She was puzzled, and the little girl touched her hand, and Lena got back to senses. The little girl said, "I was told by my mother that if I have to win, then I have to be the one to cheer me up. I should not see or seek someone else to do that. If I do so, if that person disapproves, then I could not get my success, you know." Lena asked why she thinks like that. Little girl completed eating her ice cream, and now with a smile, she told Lena, "I have a friend named Jasmine. She always supports me, but in this issue, she was afraid that I could not win or score a center. But as I believed in me and not Jasmine, I won and celebrating my victory." Lena smiled and asked, "So you scored 100 on the next exam?" Little girl said, "No, She counted the exams on her little fingers and said, I reached my score of 100 after 5 tests in between. Lena smiled. Do you feel sorry for taking this long to score 100? Little girl smiled and said, No, as long as I put my efforts, I'm okay. Lena, on hearing these wise words coming from a young soul, was stunned. She realized her part. After her first two failures in exams, she started to fear more. She entertained self doubts. Her belief in herself started to fade. She felt sad. She always felt sorry for not cracking the exam in the first attempt, but never really tried to appreciate her efforts and continually improving scores. She became blind with fear and insecurities. She just felt happy for some reason. She caught the little girl and hugged her. The girl smiled and kissed Lena on her cheeks. She told Lena, Just cheer yourself up. If not, should I cheer you up? To which Lena smiled and kissed her back. Lena told the little girl, Do you know a secret? The girl's eyes started to sparkle with the sunlight reaching her through the gaps of branches of tree. The little girl asked in a husky voice, to which Lena replied, You're right. Your mother was right. You have a great power in you, sweetie. The little girl smiled and asked, Really? To which Lena tickled her. The little girl laughed as if busting crackers. Finally, Lena caught her and asked, May I know your name? The little girl composed herself and smiled at Lena, telling, My name is Life. Lena got confused and the little girl yanked her hands from grip of Lena. She tried to catch her, but to her amusement, she woke up from sleep. She felt her head slightly dizzy. She saw she was leaning on a tree and was not sure if it was a dream or a reply from life which she demanded earlier. Lena heard the chirping birds and peeking sunlight. She felt an ease settling in her soul. She felt more energetic than ever. She walked back to her house, saw her mother waiting outside with panic, and on seeing Lena, she just smiled and came hugging her. Lena told her mother, I'm improving, Mom, and I'm on the right path towards my victory. On hearing such words from Lena, her mother's face lit with happiness. Her father came with a newspaper and gave her a side hug and asked her, So, my confident daughter is back? With a questioning look, to which Lena answered, Yes, and hugged both her parents. Her parents got really happy and asked her, What magic transformed you into this confident girl? Who taught you this great lesson, dear? Asked her father. Lena, with a contented smile, said, Life is a great teacher, Dad. She left her parents with a puzzling look. Lena entered her room, saw her books, and felt happy. She arranged her books in an orderly manner and hugged them and said, I have to continue walking on this path of my biggest dream. She told, Lena, you're doing great. She felt peacefulness settling in her soul. So, friends, I feel that you really loved the story of Lena. So, take all those lessons that Lena learned from that little girl, whose name was Life, and apply those in your own life and see the magic that it brings. By telling you all this, your moon friend is vanishing with a very last question to you guys. Friends,